Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel of givemock.com. So guys, today we have come up with the financial awareness MCQ series again for the March month 2021, and we are extremely sorry that we could not upload the videos for the past 2 or 3 months due to some personal obligations, and I'm extremely sorry for that. I'm extremely sorry for not living up to your expectations for the past 2 or 3 months. So once again sorry for that, but from today we will continue the series, and we are hopeful that we will come up with the more number of MCQs on financial awareness, and we are also trying to get the weekly videos on financial awareness, okay, so that it could help in your upcoming exams, all right, the competitive exams you're facing. So guys, without wasting time, let's just get started with the first question, okay. So the first question is, NPCI has partnered with which of the following institution the company to launch RuPay soft pay POS solutions? So you can go through the options here. I'll tell you the correct answer. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is SBI payment. So they have partnered with NPCI, and they'll be launching RuPay soft pay POS solutions, all right. Moving on to the question number 2. SBI has collaborated with which of the following multinational bank to use its blockchain based data network link, all right. So you can go through the options here. You can see the options. So I'll tell you the correct answer. The correct answer to this question is option A, it's JP Morgan. So SBI has collaborated with JP Morgan Chase Bank, that is the America's one of the most diversified and multinational bank of America. So they SBI are going to use their blockchain based data network link, all right. Moving on to the question number 3. Which of the following bank has launched WhatsApp banking to offer basic banking services to its customers by partnering with WhatsApp? So you can see the options here. I'll tell you the correct answer. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is Axis Bank. So they have launched WhatsApp banking services to offer the basic banking services to its customers. So moving on to the question number 4, you need to name the program which has been launched by SDFC Bank on International Women's Day. Under the program, senior women leaders from SDFC Bank will mentor women entrepreneurs. So you can go through the options. I'll tell you the correct answer. Correct answer to this question is option B, that is Smartup Unnati program. So in this, what will happen? SDFC Bank will mentor women entrepreneurs in helping them achieve their goals. So the senior leaders from SDFC banks, they will initially, they'll have the target for mentoring 3,000 women entrepreneurs associated with the bank's Smartup program, okay. So senior women leaders from SDFC Bank will mentor them. Moving on to the question number 5, Union Cabinet has approved to set up a development finance institution with an initial capital of rupees. So you need to tell the amount, how much amount has been allocated for this development finance institution, okay. Guys, before answering the question, I would urge you to attempt these questions, and and you can assess. By doing this, you can assess your level of preparation, all right. So I'll tell you the correct answer. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is 20,000 crores. So that has been allocated amount for setting up the DFI, the new DFI, okay. Moving on to the question number 6, Lok Sabha recently passed the finance bill in which government has raised EPFO taxation limit from rupees 2.5 lakh to, you can go through the options here. The correct answer to the question is option C, okay. Option C is 5 lakh rupees. So from 2.5 lakh, it's been raised to 5 lakh rupees, all right. Moving on to the question number 7, Government of India has decided to infuse capital into 4 numbers of PSBs to help strengthen capital buffers and take them out of regulatory curbs. So how much amount of capital has the Government of India is going to infuse? You need to tell the amount. So you can go through the options here. The correct answer to this question is Option D, that is 14,500 crores. All right. So moving on to the question number 8, the Reserve Bank of India has set up an advisory committee to evaluate applications for universal banks and small finance banks. Who is heading the panel? So you need to name the person who is heading the panel, which has been set up by Reserve Bank of India, and they are going to evaluate applications for universal banks and a small finance bank. Okay, you can go through the options here. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is Syamala Gopinath ma'am. She'll be heading the panel. All right. Moving on to question number 9, Securities and Exchange Board of India will set up which of the following to provide liquidity to mutual funds and other participating institutional investor in the corporate bond market. So you can go through the options here. Which department will be set up by Securities and Exchange Board of India? So the correct answer to this question is Corporate Debt Market Development Fund, CDMDF. All right, it will be set up by Sebi to provide liquidity to mutual funds and other institutional investors. Okay. So moving on to question number 10, as per the recent amendments done by Sebi, how many top companies have to formulate dividend distribution policy mandatorily? So you can go through the options here. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is top 1000 companies on the basis of on MCAP. So please remember guys, the earlier policy was for top 500 companies. Now it has been raised by Sebi to top 1000 companies. So top 1000 companies on the basis of market cap, they have to formulate the dividend distribution policy mandatorily. Okay. Moving on to the question number 11, according to government notification, Sebi will follow a new format for its annual reports as part of efforts to have a true and full account of its activities, policies and program during a financial year. The report has to be submitted by Sebi board to the central government within how many days after end of the financial year? So Sebi, whatever the Sebi does, okay, the policy formulations and the programs during a financial year, they have to put a true and full account through they have created a new format for its annual report, and they are calling it a true and full account. So how the question is asking within how many days Sebi has to report it to the central government. Okay. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is 90 days. Within 19 days after the end of the financial year, the Sebi has to report it to the central government. Okay. Moving on to the question number 12. Recently, RBI in consultation with the government has fixed ways and mean advances limit for the April-September 2021. So how much is the WMA limit fixed by the RBI? WMA, that is ways and mean advance, it's kind of a working capital or overdraft for government. Okay. So you can go through the options here. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is 1.20 lakhs crore. Okay. Moving on to the question number 13, what is the amount of current account deficit recorded by India in quarter 3? So the correct answer to this question is option B, that is $1.7 billion. So India's current account balance recorded a deficit of $1.7 billion in the third quarter of 2021. All right. Moving on to the question number 14, Economic Freedom Index 2021 published by Heritage Foundation USA has excluded which of the following country / city from its ranking for the first time? So the correct answer to this question is option D, that is Hong Kong. Okay, Hong Kong has been excluded from the Economic Freedom Index, and they have done it for the first time. Heritage Foundation US has excluded this country for the first time from the list. Okay. Moving on to the question number 15, it is again related with the Economic Freedom Index. So you need to tell the overall rank of India globally in Economic Freedom Index. All right. So the correct answer to this question is option C, that is 121. And Singapore has topped the ranking, followed by New Zealand, Australia, Switzerland, Ireland, and they are within the top 5. And India has ranked far below, and it is ranked at 121. Okay. Moving on to the question number 16, which of the following payment has been included by RBI in the second schedule of the RBI Act 1934? So you can go through the options here. Now I'll tell you the correct answer. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is Fino Payment Bank. It's been included in the second schedule of the RBI Act. All right. So moving on to the question number 17, which of the following bank has launched wearable contactless payment devices under the brand Wear and Pay? So answer to this question is option A, that is Axis Bank. All right, Axis Bank has launched various devices, wearable devices, for contactless payment, and it's starting 750 rupees. All right, moving on to the question number 18. You need to name the wholly owned subsidiary set up by Punjab National Bank for managing its credit card businesses. So the correct answer to this question is option D, that is PNB Cards and Services Limited. Okay, moving on to the question number 19. You need to name the type of savings account launched by Indian Overseas Bank for the growing millennial population in the country by keeping their banking preferences in mind. Okay, so I'll tell you the correct answer. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is IOB Trendy. Okay, moving on to the question number 20. Which of the following application on Bhim UPI has been launched by NPCI to redress grievances of the users of the Bhim app? So the correct answer to this question is option C, that is UPI Help. Okay, they have launched it to redress the grievances of Bhim UPI users. All right, moving on to the question number 21. Which of the following insurer has launched the insurance portal SME Insure in order to provide financial security to micro, small and medium enterprises, small shop and business owner alliances? So correct answer to this question is option D, that is Alliance Insurance. All right, moving on to the question number 22. Moody's Analytics has projected that Indian economy will grow by dash in FY 21-22. So question to this answer is answer to this question is option B, that is 12%. All right, moving on to the question number 23. With which of the following PSU Union Bank has launched a co-branded credit card named Uni-Carbon Card? So the correct answer to this question is option C, that is HPCL, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. Okay, the co-branded card will have the logo of Union Bank and HPCL together. So moving on to the question number 24. India has surpassed which of the following country to become world's fourth largest country in terms of foreign exchange reserves? So guys, the correct answer to this question is option B, that is Russia. Okay, the foreign currency holding of India stood at $580.3 billion, whereas Russia's foreign currency holding was $580.1 billion. So marginally India has crossed Russia and it has become the fourth largest country in terms of foreign exchange reserves. Okay, and China has the largest reserves, followed by Japan and Switzerland. So moving on to the question number 25. OECD in its interim economic outlook report has projected that the Indian economy will grow by a dash in financial year 21-22. So OECD is an organization for economic cooperation development. Okay, so they published the economic outlook report. In that they have predicted that Indian economy will grow by 12.6% in FY 21-22. Okay, moving on to the question number 26. Fitch Rating has revised India's GDP growth estimate for the fiscal 21-22 to dash from earlier 11%. So earlier Fitch Rating had given the India's GDP growth estimate at 11%. Now they have revised that, and now they have estimated that Indian economy will grow by, the answer is D, 12.8%. So they have estimated that India's GDP growth will be 12.8% for the FY 21-22. Okay, moving on to the question number 27. So S&P Global Ratings has revised India's GDP growth estimate for the fiscal 21-22 to dash from earlier 10%. So S&P Global Ratings has also revised the India's GDP growth. They had earlier predicted that 10% GDP growth will be there in FY 21-22, but now they have revised, and the correct answer to this question is option A, that is 11%. So from 10% they have revised it to 11%. Okay, moving on to the question number 28. Google has launched which of the following program on the occasion of International Women's Day 2021, which will provide its support to 1 million rural women in India in order for them to become entrepreneurs with the help of accelerator program, business tutorials and mentorship? So guys, the correct answer to this question is option D, Women Will. That is the program launched by Google. All right, moving on to the question number 29. Which of the following insurer has launched Business Kist Suraksha product to protect the balance sheet of MFIs, financial institution and banks due to non-payment of EMIs. So correct answer to this question is option C, that is SDFC Ergo General Insurance. All right, moving on to the question number 30. Which of the following bank has topped the list of digital payment scorecard released by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology? So quite an important question. So you can go through the options here. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is State Bank of India. Okay, they have topped the digital payment scorecard, and digital payment scorecard is published by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Okay, moving on to the question number 31. Which of the following firm has announced the launch of Yield, an online platform to buy and sell bonds as well as debentures in the secondary markets? So guys, the correct answer to this question is option B, that is Axis Securities. All right, moving on to the question number 32. The World Bank has scaled up its projection for India's GDP growth to dash from earlier 5.4%. So World Bank had projected that India will grow by 5.4% in FY 21-22, but now they have revised it. So the correct answer to this question is option C, 10.1%. So they have scaled up its projection by 4.7%, and now they have predicted that India's GDP growth will be 10.1% in FY 21-22. Okay, moving on to the question number 33. China signed a currency swap agreement for 10 billion yuan with which of the following country? 10 billion yuans means $1.5 billion approximately. So the correct answer to this question is option A, Sri Lanka has done it. Okay, so guys, we have come to an end of the video. I hope you like the video, and you must have got some knowledge. So please share this piece of information with your friends, and please do like, share and subscribe the channel. All right, thank you so much.